Good morning, everyone. Now I will start. Today I'll start a new lesson, that is S block element. This is chapter 10. So this is the first part of the S block element. So now let us discuss about. We all are familiar with the periodic table. So in the periodic table, the group 1 and group 2 is known as the S block elements. So the elements of group 1 are called the alkali metal, and the elements of group 2, the group 1 is the alkali metal. This one is the alkali metal, and group 2 is called alkaline. They are known as the alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metal. So in periodic table, the group 1 and group 2 constitute the S block element, in which group 1 is alkali metal and group 2 is the alkaline earth metal. So the alkali and the alkaline earth metal are most violently active of all the metals. These are readily oxidized and therefore are not found in the free state. Group 1 contain the 7 element and group 2 contain the 6 elements. Now there is a term, that is diagonal relationship. Diagonal relationship. So for example, this is a second period and this is third period. We have already discussed the diagonal relationship in the lesson, I think, classification. So this is the position of the lithium. Here it is beryllium, here it is boron. So this one here magnesium, here we have sodium, here we have aluminum, and here the carbon is present, and here the silicon is present. So the property of the lithium is resembled to the magnesium, or the property of the beryllium is resembled to the aluminum, and the property of boron are resembled to the silicon. So this is known as that they are diagonally they are similar. So this relationship is known as the diagonal relationship. Now the cause of the diagonal relationship is the similarity in the properties such as the electronegativity, size, ionization energy between the diagonal element. For example, lithium and magnesium, beryllium and aluminum, boron and silicon. So they have the similarity in their property. That's why this relationship is known as the diagonal relationship. Now let us start with the topic alkali metal. Now in this topic we will discuss the properties, general properties of the alkali metal. So the element which are present in group 1 of the periodic table are known as the alkali metal. Now this group constitute the 6 elements, that is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and the francium. They are called alkali metal because they are readily dissolved in water. They are readily dissolved in water to form hydroxides. They are readily dissolved in water to form hydroxides, which are strongly alkaline in nature. That's why they are known as the alkali metal. They also form alkaline oxides, and in this category, one element, that is francium. Francium is a radioactive. Now let us discuss about the occurrence of the alkali metal. So lithium, the first member of the family, is 35th most abundant 35th most abundant element by weight, and it occurs mainly as a silicate mineral. So this is the first member of the family, and it is the 35th most abundant element of the family. Now the next member of the family, one is the sodium and another one is the potassium. Sodium and potassium together make up over 4% by weight of the earth crust. They both are highly reactive elements, and compound of the sodium and potassium have been known from the ancient time. So sodium and potassium are the 7th and 8th most abundant element by weight. This one is the 7th and this is the 8th most abundant element by weight in the earth crust. Now there are some compounds of the sodium and potassium. For example, NaCl is the compound of the sodium, KCl is the compound of the potassium. They both present in the seawater. That is, NaCl is also called the rock salt, is the major source of the sodium. Now the next topic is electronic configuration. The electronic configuration of the alkali metal is Ns1. It means in the S subshell it has only one electron. So this is in the S orbit or S subshell it has only one electron. So Ns1 is the electronic configuration of the alkali metal. Now the next topic is the physical characteristic or the physical properties of the alkali metal. Under this heading, the first heading is the atomic and the ionic radii. About the atomic and the ionic radii we have already discussed in the lesson 3rd. So the atomic and the ionic radii of the alkali metal are higher or is largest in their respective period. On moving down the group, as we move down the group, that is from lithium to francium, the atomic and the ionic radii increases. And now why they are increases? The reason behind it is that as we move down the group, the atomic number is increases, and as the atomic number is increases, the number of electrons are increases, and as the number of electrons are increases, the number of shell is increases, and that is the reason why the atomic size is increases. Because we know very well, if we are talking about the atomic and the ionic radii, so it is the distance in between the center of the nuclei and the electron which is present in the outermost orbit. As we move down the group from lithium to francium, the atomic number of the lithium is 3 and the atomic number of the francium is 87. So as we move down, the number of shell increases. That's why the atomic and the ionic radii increases. Now the next topic is ionization energy or ionization enthalpy. Alkali metal have lowest ionization energy. Alkali metal have lowest ionization energy in each period. So within the group, the ionization energy of alkali metal decreases down the group. It decreases down the group. The ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. And why it is decreases and why they possess a low ionization enthalpy? Because the atom of the alkali metals are largest in their respective period, and therefore the valency electron are loosely held by the nucleus. So by losing the valency electron, they acquire stable noble gas configuration. This accounts for their easy to lose the electron, and hence they have the low ionization enthalpy, because we know very well, because in the outermost orbit they have the one electron. For example, sodium, so it possesses one electron in the outermost orbit, so it is very easy for the sodium to lose the electron and get stability. And the on moving down the group, the ionization enthalpy decreases. Why it is decreases? Because the atomic size, as the atomic size is increases as we move down the group, and the magnitude of the screening effect is also increases. What is a screening effect? We have already discussed in the lesson third. And consequently the ionization enthalpy decreases down the group, because the number of the electron are increases and the number of shell is also increases. So the nuclear the force of attraction given by the nucleus to the electron is decreases, because the length is increases in between the nucleus and the outermost electron, so that the ionization enthalpy or ionization energy is decreases. Now, if we talk about the successive ionization enthalpy or the second ionization enthalpy of alkali metal are very high. Why it is very high? Because, for example, this is a nucleus and these are the electron which are present in the nucleus. So if we want to remove this electron, so we have to supply a little amount of energy to remove this electron. And when we remove this electron, so the electron we have lost one electron, but the nuclear force of attraction is the same. We does not lose any nuclear attraction. So this attraction which hold this one electron, now this is removed from here, so this attractive force is now distributed among these electron only. So if we want to remove this electron, so there is a much stronger force of attraction between the nucleus and the electron in comparison to this electron. So the second ionization enthalpy or the energy is very high in comparison to the first ionization enthalpy or the first ionization energy. Now the next property is the density. So the density of the alkali metals are quite low as compared to the other metals. If we talk about the lithium, sodium and potassium, they are even lighter than water. Lithium, sodium and potassium are even lighter than water, but the density increases down the group. As we move from lithium to francium, the density is increases. Why the density is increases? Because the atomic weight or atomic mass is increases, and we know that density is equal to mass, that is mass upon volume. So it means that density is directly proportional to the mass. When the mass increases, the density will definitely be increases. So this is the reason that when we move down the group from lithium to the francium, the density increases. Now the next property is the melting point and boiling point. Now let us discuss about the melting point and the boiling point. So all these metals are soft. All the metal present in the group 1 are very soft and have low melting and the low boiling point. They have low melting point and the low boiling point. The alkali metal have only only one valence electron per metal atom, and therefore the energy binding the atom in the crystal lattice of the metal is very low. Thus the metallic bond in these metal are not very strong, and consequently their melting and the boiling point is very low, and the melting and the boiling point decreases on moving down the group from the lithium to the cesium. As we move from lithium to cesium, the melting point is decreases. Now the next is electropositive or metallic character. Electropositive character, also known as the metallic character. The alkali metal are strongly electropositive or metallic in character because they all have a tendency to lose the electron, and when they lose the electron they become positively charged. For example, sodium, potassium. So they are highly electropositive and they possess the metallic character. The electropositive character of an element is expressed in terms of its tendency of the atom to release the electron. For example, this M here, I am using the word M for the alkali metal. So what happened? It become M positive. And how it become M positive? By losing the electron. It loses one electron and it become M positive. So it means that they all are the electropositive. As alkali metal have the low ionization energies, their atom readily lose their valency electron, because we have already discussed the ionization energy enthalpy. So ionization enthalpy is very low, so they have a tendency, or they easily lose the electron and become cations. These elements are therefore said to have the strong electropositive or the metallic character. Since the ionization energy decreases down the family, we have already discussed this factor, the electron releasing tendency or the electropositive character is expected to increase down the family, because the ionization enthalpy decreases, so the character to lose the electron is also increases. Now the next factor is the oxidation state. Oxidation state. So all the members of the alkali metal family exhibit the oxidation state of +1. We all know very well the oxidation state is the valency, but only we have assigned the charge here. Because why it is a plus? Because it loses the electron. So the oxidation state of all the alkali metal is +1 in their compound. The alkali metal have only one electron in the valency cell, because the electronic configuration is ns1. So it means only one electron is present in the valency shell, and therefore they can lose the single valency electron readily to acquire the stable configuration and nearer to the noble gas, and thus they form the monovalent ions. Monovalent means which contain one plus charge. Monovalent ion, for example, they form Li plus, they form Na plus, they form K plus, because they have only one electron in the outermost orbit, so they easily loses this electron and become the monovalent ion, and these are the cations. Since the second ionization enthalpy is very high, so they cannot form the divalent ion. Divalent means this is the example of divalent, but they form the monovalent. This is Li plus. Plus indicate one plus charge. This is divalent, this one is the monovalent. And why it doesn't form the monovalent? Because the second ionization enthalpy, it become Li plus 2 when it loses 2 electron. It become Li plus 1 when it loses 1 electron. So it is very easy to lose the 1 electron, but it is very tough to lose the 2 electron, because the second ionization enthalpy is very high. Thus alkali metals are univalent and form the ionic compound. They are the univalent. And they all form the ionic compounds. Now the next topic is nature of compounds. So the compound of the alkali metals are ionic in nature. Due to the low ionization energy and the large atomic sizes, the atoms of alkali metal form cation. We all know very well that it loses one electron and it forms cation like Na plus. So it forms cation readily by losing the valency electron. So consequently they form the ionic bond with the non-metal of the p block element. So the nature of the compound is the ionic nature. Now the next is the chemical characteristics. So the alkali metal exhibit high chemical reactivity. And why it possesses high chemical reactivity? Because their ionization enthalpy is very low, and they have the low heat of atomization. As the value of the ionization energy decreases down the group from lithium to cesium, therefore the reactivity of the alkali metal increases from lithium to cesium. So the alkali metal are highly reactive towards the more electronegative elements such as oxygen and halogen, and some of their general and the important chemical properties are as follows. So the first chemical property is, chemical character is action with air. So when the alkali metal combine with air means they combine with the oxygen, so there will be the formation of the oxide. So all the alkali metal get tarnished on exposure to air. And why they tarnish? Due to the formation of the oxide on their surface, and they burn vigorously in air or oxygen to form the oxides. Lithium, the first member of the family, that is the lithium, it form monooxide. Lithium form monooxide, that is Li2O. Mono, why it is known as a mono? Because only one oxygen is present here, and the sodium form peroxide, that Na2O2. This is the formula for the sodium peroxide, and rest of the elements form superoxide, and the general formula for the superoxide is MO2. Here M is the alkali metal and O stand for the oxygen. So how the lithium form monooxide? That is 4Li plus O2. So it gives Li, that is 2O, that is 2Li2O. This is the monooxide. And how it form a peroxide? That is 2Na plus O2. So it form Na2O2. So this is the lithium monooxide, this is the sodium, this is the formation of the peroxide, and this is known as the sodium peroxide. So the formation and the stability of these oxides can be explained on the basis of the fact that the small cation can stabilize a small anion, and a large cation can stabilize a larger anion. Here in case of this one, the size of the lithium ion is very small and it has a strong positive field around it, so it can therefore combine with only small anion, and that small anion is O2 negative. So this result in the formation of the monooxide, which one is the Li2O. Next is the action with hydrogen. We all know very well, when any element combine with hydrogen, so there will be a formation of hydride. So the alkali metal react with hydrogen to form hydrides, which are ionic in nature. That is 2M. For example, M stand for any alkali metal. When it combine with hydrogen, so we get 2M, it is positive, and H, it is negative. So we get 2MH, and it is known as the, this is the formula for the metal hydride. Metal hydride. So the alkali metal combined with hydrogen, and we get metal hydride as a product. The reactivity of alkali metal with hydrogen increases from lithium to cesium. This is the order for the reactivity of alkali metal. So the ionic character of the hydride increases from lithium to cesium, and this is because of the decrease in the ionization energy down the group, so the electron become easily available to hydrogen for forming the H negative ions. This is the reason. And if we are talking about the stability, so the stability of hydride decreases. The stability of hydride decreases from lithium to cesium, and this is due to the fact that the size of the alkali metal increases from lithium to cesium because the atomic number is increases. So the MH bond, here the meaning of the MH bond, MH bond means the bond between the alkali metal and the hydrogen. M stand for the alkali metal. So the MH bond become weak. Therefore, the stability of the hydride decreases, and the hydride behave as a strong reducing agent. Hydride behave as a strong reducing agent, and their reducing nature increases down the group. As we move down the group, the reducing character is increases.